Good evening, everyone. How are we all doing today?
Good evening, sir. Fine,
Well
thank
done.
you.
Hope our day has been fine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So have we installed Splunk on our system? Hello? Nobody is answering. Okay. Since we're not answering.
Hello, sir, I'm here.
Yeah, I said, have we installed Splunk on our system?
No, I've not. I installed I have not installed Splunk.
My own installation, I don't know. It's refusing to start. The Splunk instance. It's refusing to start. Let me just do a fresh installation. Yeah, but this thing takes time.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were asking something, so my network was bad.
I said, have we installed Splunk on our system?
No, the one I saw that you said we should install is either DVW or so.
ThriveAbia.
That's the one I just installed today.
We use that since web development now.
And I also noticed that in the recording, I have not the last class record is not there, and the one that is there is not even ThriveAbia. It seems like another class you had with some other people.
Oh,
So
okay. Sorry about that. I will reach out to Jay after this class to sort it out.
okay, sure. And here, sir, one of that the project. Sorry that I've not submitted. I got stuck somewhere. And I've been looking for the recording throughout today. I was searching for it. I couldn't find it.
You can't find the recording.
Yes, for that
Is it
part
on the
I've been looking
recording
for.
channel?
It's there, but I did mean the records have a.
You are breaking up. I can't hear you again.
Find that part.
I didn't get what you said again, though.
Hello, sir. I didn't get you.
The network. I didn't hear what you said again. You were
I
saying
said having
assuming.
to. I was looking for that part where you taught us hardening a computer. We mentioned something like the password length of a number, all those things. I was looking for how to find it, how to locate that part in my computer. So I was looking for the recording.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, in which operating system were you on? See, Windows or Linux?
I was Linux, Kali Linux. I was using Kali.
You're using Kali. So you want to add in Kali?
I thought that will affect everything,
What do you mean by everything?
like the configuration.
If you are adding Kali, it's only that Kali machine now that it will affect.
Okay.
And the way you add in Linux is different from the way you add in Windows. There are two different operating systems.
Yes, sir.
So for Linux, of course, generally you need to have an antivirus. You need to sometimes set up a firewall. You need to also update the operating system to the latest version. Then also you will need to now for Kali or for Linux, you start setting file permissions using chmod. Right, so for the Etsy directory, you put it that only only sudo users can access it, right? So you chmod to set that. You also run. There's this package called Linus, Lynis. It's an audit tool for hardening systems. So if you install the package and run it, it will tell you weaknesses in the system and then things you need to do to fix it. Right?
Yes, sir.
Um,
But that particular point where you were talking about, you were teaching us how to configure harden our system in the sense that we have to configure it. Let's say the password length should be
the password
14.
policy.
Yeah, I'm
The
looking for
password policy.
how to locate
That's
that setting.
under Windows. That's group policy edit. That's GP edit. GP edit.msc. You run that run, or even on your command prompt, just do gpedit.msc and then go to the administrative or security. Under security, you should see password policies there.
I think I got to that security. I saw. Okay, let me just. I'm on my system now. But I was looking for that particular point. But I saw other administrative, so many. I mean, but that's one of the projects you give to us. That's model 5, and that's the point that has held me for some days now. I've been looking for, because it told us to screenshot and then forward, screenshot and submit.
I think it's under security. If I'm not seeing it, I may not be able to speak exactly to where it is. So we're working with this tutorial data today. I hope this thing will upload okay. Did, thank God. I put it on a Discord. But my problem now is that my Splunk has refused to open. Are you sharing your screen?
So you mean me?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
I've not downloaded this blog.
Okay. Okay. I actually have it installed here, right? Look at it here. Well, it's not opening. Like my local host is not running it.
If it will take time, I can still install it right now.
It takes time to install. That's why I'm trying to avoid installing it.
Hmm.
Or maybe I don't have a choice now. Just do that. It takes a long time to install. And I don't know why. Because it's just a 1 gig. Okay, it takes like 3.5 gig on the system. But even with that, it's just gets to a point and just hangs. What do I do now? What do I do now? Or should I run? Let me run Zamp and see whether that will work.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at that point now. I'm seeing computer configuration. I'm seeing user configuration. Is it the user or the computer configuration?
User.
Okay, under user now we have software setting, Windows setting, and administrative template.
There's nothing like security. Check Windows setting.
I should check Windows setting. Okay.
Yeah.
It's only writing description. Okay. I've seen script, security setting, policy based.
That security setting.
Okay. It's not. It's showing something else.
I'm coming. Let me. Why is it not being open? Share your screen. Let me see.
Okay, sir. A minute.
Aha. Okay. Don't worry. Mine is open. Let me just share my screen. All right. So it's here. Windows setting, security setting. No, not this one. Stretch it out. No, not policies. No. This is normal Windows. No,
Your screen is not showing.
Eh? My
Your
screen is not
screen is
showing.
yes,
I'm
sir.
sharing my screen. Can you see my screen?
No, sir. I can't see it.
Hold on, let me share it again. There's something going on at the back end of my system. And I keep on seeing adding snapping to console. I need to troubleshoot this. I think that's what's also stopping Splunk from running. Once I try to do any administrative task, it starts giving me some. Yeah, this is it. Can you see my screen now?
No, sir.
You can't still see my screen. Can other people see my screen?
Ugochukwu, can you see?
your screen, sir? It's probably from his end.
Wow.
Oh, okay. So go to computer configuration, Under computer configuration, Windows setting, then security settings, then account policies. You see password policy there.
Okay, sir.
Do you get?
Under computer, it said computer
Computer
configuration.
configuration. Yeah. Windows setting, then security settings.
Okay. Then okay, I've seen account policies. I've seen it. Thank you, sir. Yes.
Guys, sorry, just give me a few minutes. My Splunk has refused to open, so reinstalling it. It refused to open on localhost. Let me try the normal IP 127.0.0.1. Still the same thing. Okay, so while we are waiting, our what's it called? Our project, capstone project. So the team that worked on, let me. So the team that worked on the role-based access control, hope you fully understand what you did. And I'm talking to was it Ugochukwu, Favor, and what was the third person? I remember the third person. Do you, if you are not talking, please mute your mic. Oh. All right. So I get all these objectives, everything here. Yeah. That's good and fine. The role, guest user, customer, vendor, delivery personnel. Yeah, so these parts, I'm not so sure we'll be having a delivery personnel. Whatever delivery is going to happen for the product, physical delivery now, that's what I mean, would happen between the vendor and the client, right? I don't know if we would also do any form of geotagging or GPS tracking of the product as well. I don't think so. So I don't know. So that role may not be necessary. Now, for the AI shopping assistant, I am also not aware if we're going to have any AI assistants, AI shopping assistants. All right. But we would have features that this AI shopping assistant will be doing in the application. Now, this is the main place. This is a very, very, very complex role-based access control. It will be a very big app or a very big organization that has very large processes that would implement this. Think of something like Amazon or eBay, right? Would want to implement something this robust. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm looking at, because one thing you always look at in the cybersecurity angle is costing, right? There are so many features here that will cost us a lot of money. And remember, we are not being paid to do this project, right? And we don't have funding for it. So everything we're doing is out of pocket, right? The Abia state government is not funding any part of this capstone project, but we feel it's a good project to do to help you hone your skills and improve your knowledge in the various fields that we are all studying in the ThriveAbia project. Now, of course, if you didn't do this capstone project, you wouldn't have, gone into details like this and, push yourself to, learn certain things here as well. Now, IAM, that's identity and access management, is a big deal in cybersecurity. And if you have good grounds or good standing in it, it really helps a lot, right? There are some job roles that are just strictly identity and access management. And then these are some of the things you'll be doing there, ensuring that people don't get too much privileges on their accounts or their job functions or profile. All right. Now, this document is supposed to be a general document. All right. As cybersecurity people, you could easily understand this document, but when it comes to implementation, right, that's where there now starts to be serious issues, right? As far as I'm concerned, the skill level we have right now, removing all the instructors, right? We are talking about the students. We may not be able to implement some of these things. Now, I'm talking from both cybersecurity and also those developing the application, the DevOps guys and the UI UX and machine learning guys as well, and AI guys, right? I don't know what they've learned so far, but let's say they will be able to do this. I've already pushed it up to Uche and everything. his opinion is that it's fine, but can we back this up with our skills, right? So remember, everything we're putting on paper, we're going to implement technically. And some of these things will be the ones implementing them. Some of us here will be implementing some of this within the application. This is my problem with this thing. It's so slow. So another thing that I'm looking at here that may be complex too is the compliance part, right? I'm more concerned about the data we are collecting, how it is being stored, and how we are using it, right? I'm more concerned about collecting as minimal data as possible, right? That's why initially I was skeptical about what you need vendors address for. But I thought it was home address, but now I'm seeing that it's their business location. So that one is very important as well. All right. I think I mentioned somewhere this login and logouts, something about the guests. Guests don't log in and log out. Guests are your public users, people that come to view the information on your website that is available for the public, general public. So it's mostly about things that you're advertising about yourself. They can see the products, but at the point where they want to now purchase or do anything, they would have to. They can see vendors' products, you can see different products, try and view things about products, and at the point where they make the decision to make purchase, that's when they will need to create an account or login or something, like the way your Jumia app store is, right? You can go there without an account and browse through. And then when you decide to make to purchase something, you have to create an account or log into your existing accounts. Right. Provisioning of API keys. Okay, I also talked about the roles here, right, or the functions. I'm of the opinion that we can crash them some into each other, right? So we would have a general admin, and then that admin would be doing security admin, platform admin, and all that, and maybe even compliance, right? For compliance, I feel the compliance we should be looking at is compliance of NDPA, not GDPR. We're not doing international trade here, right? It's a local business, local. I don't know. Are we looking at spreading it outside the country later on? I don't know. But for now, it's internal, like within Nigeria. So the Nigerian Data Protection Act could cover that. And then the other group that, still kept on talking about NDPRO, that's the Bright Group. Please, NDPRO does not exist again, right? It doesn't exist again. It has been repealed. So it's not a legal, it's not a regulation anymore. It's been repealed, like we don't use it. It's been cancelled, right? We use the Nigerian Data Protection Act. Funny enough, they are almost the same thing verbatim, but NDPR has been repealed. All right. So it's a good thing you dropped your agent here, so I know what all these symbols mean, right? I was designing a template to go send to you guys, but at a point I forgot. Let me see if I still have it here. ThriveAbia. See if it's this. I think it was. Yeah. So I started doing this. I didn't want to fill everything so that you would, complete it. But you guys did a very, very detailed, something more detailed than what I was doing. But mine was going to be like this. You have your vendor, he can create, view, and edit his own user data. Oh, okay. This is, you can edit customer data. You can only view information of the customer that wants to purchase his product. How is my system handling this? I think I'm about this. All right. He can also view all products, but can only edit and manage his own. Right. For others, he can view and manage others that are coming to him or coming to on his product. There's no access to logs and analytics, no access to financial reports. Okay, can view only his own financial reports. There's no access to system settings. Admin has full access to everything. The digital marketer maybe may have access to logs and analytics. And then this person is the one that can also create a new vendor, right? Yeah, I think in your own case, you called this person I'm referring to as digital marketer. I think you called the person support assistant or something like that. Hold on, check. It took me a long time to sit down and go through this matrix and really understand it very well. Yeah, you called it I think KYC officer. Yeah, so these three roles can be merged together. So support agents, KYC officer, and no, this one has to be separate. Sure, this one should fall under the financial domain, right? So the financial admin would run these three. So that's just my take on it. But except that, the document is very, 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 very okay. I just feel it's a bit complex for our knowledge base right now, right? So submitted this, was it Ugochukwu? Yeah, Ugochukwu and his team. Let's look at this document very well. From next week, we'll start actively, being involved with those carrying out the design and creation of this solution. They have already started. They've already got into. Sure, they started working with APIs already. They've got into WhatsApp API. I don't know about the Instagram, and they also have an AI working. The machine learning guys have an AI that they are using as well. So now implementation is something that is very, very annoying sometimes because on paper you might write some things that makes a lot of sense, but to implement becomes an issue. Now, why I'm saying this is the fact that we're working with WhatsApp APIs, we're working with what's the name? What's the name of this guys? Instagram, we're working with the API as well. Now, if we are going to implement all this, we need certain freedoms on those APIs, which we may not have, right? So we have to, find a middle ground. But of course, it's at the point of, trying to implement them that we know all these things. But it's fine for now. You are going to implement some of these things that we are documenting right now, the security aspects of it, or you are going to make sure that they are implemented. All right. So Here's my 3 minutes remaining. What nonsense. Please, who has installed Splunk? Who has installed Splunk? Oh, hello. Are we listening to me at all? Are we still here?
Hello, sir. Yes, sir, we are here.
Yeah, I said who has installed Splunk on the system?
Sir, can you drop the link so I can start installing it?
So before you even install it, you have to create an account. Just go to splunk.com, right? And then go to what's happening to you? So when you're here, I think yeah, on that platform here, just over on that platform, go to enterprise. Still loading. Yeah, you have the free trial here. Click on it and it would do its thing here. So you download this one for Windows. But you have to create an account before it will allow you to download it anyway. Just don't know why this thing is to open my local host. 81 minutes. Something seriously wrong, sorry. I'm using my firewall and my antivirus that is blocking this thing. I'm disabling for. I'm connected to the internet. Still in open. And the sound is opening. So why is it's not as if it's open? What is 8,000? So it isn't open. Suspecting my fire and my antivirus. Oh, what do I do now? Um, Ugochukwu, you were asking for logs the other day. On Windows, if you come to event viewer, tools. I think you have administrative tools on the start menu. What is it? I don't normally go through here, but it's somewhere here. Windows administrative tools, yeah. Right. You see so many administrative tools. You open event viewer. So under event viewer, this month I have it here too. So you will see all your logs.
Hello, sir. Hello. Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm also trying to download it. I got to a point where they say download via command line. Download SHA512 to verify your
You
bit.
are breaking up. Oh.
Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah, I said I'm trying to download it right
you can
now.
hear me. You are breaking up. Hmm?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Yes, I said I'm trying to download it. So I got stuck somewhere.
It's not stuck. It will continue. Are you done downloading it?
No, like I'm trying to. I've clicked on that free free download. I got to a point asking me download via command line, download SHA512 to verify, and something like that.
It can't tell you that. Are you sure you're in the right place?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure you're in the right place? This is where I said you should go to now. You see download now here.
Yes, I clicked on
It's
it.
Splunk Enterprise you are going to under free trial. I told you to come here for the platform. I can't remember again.
Yes, it was platform.
Because here, Enterprise,
Mm.
right? If you click this, to bring you to this page. And then you can select your operating system. But automatically it won't pick it for you. So you just do download now.
Okay, sir.
Guys, this is my system. I guess I have to hold on, let me join on my phone. I guess I have to log out and log in again because this system is see, it's acting extremely weird.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, it still brought me back to that point. Me after clicking it, it said here you are downloading Splunk Enterprise. Then after clicking the download, it brought me back to this point again.
Which points?
It says you are downloading Splunk Enterprise 10.2.3 for Windows. Your download should have started. No, try this URL. But it's not download that
If it doesn't start downloading, click the link. It's not here. After here, right?
yes, after here it took me to the next page.
Here, right?
Yes, sir.
If not, just click here. If it doesn't start downloading, click this URL to start.
Okay. Okay, it's downloading.
Yeah. So this was to show people. You can see the Windows logs here. We have 4 types of logs. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we have 5 types of logs. Application logs. So these are for your Windows applications or any application you downloaded or you installed on your system. Then your security logs, setup logs, that's your installation logs, right? And then system logs. Then forwarded events. So if you're on a network and then you can forward logs in here, you see it under forwarded events. But my system is really messing up right now. I know it will refuse to open any of this. Let's try out security logs. System is really messing up right now. Let me see snap action. All right, let me just log out. Let me log out and log in. if someone had installed Splunk before now, would have used the person's system. Just to share your screen, and would I'll talk you through the process of everything going on.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Emmanuel.
Yeah, I wanted to ask the project you gave us, like you made some comment about, I didn't really understand. It says something in the group. The capstone
What did
project.
you not understand?
Okay.
And which part did you not understand?
It said NDPR has been repelled since 2025. Anything, anything relating to data protection or privacy should be Data Protection Act, NDPA. So, is there any like adjustment you want us to make?
Yes, no.
Yeah.
All references to NDPR should not be there. It should be NDPA.
Okay. Okay, sir.
So the reason why you are getting NDPR is because you are using AI to do your project. I have no issues with using AI, but I feel it's a tool to assist you, especially in research, especially in coming to solving problems. But if you are depending too much on it, AI most times is not refined, especially the free ones. If you're not paying a subscription for it, the information it might be giving you sometimes may not be as accurate as it should be, right? If you are done for that investigation, you would have seen that NDPRO, nobody has been using it since last year. In short, they brought out a guide in March, I think March 20th. Was it March 20th? Either March 20th or February 20th. They brought out a guide, and that guide immediately repealed NDPR, right? The guide was supposed to take effect from September 1st last year. And there are some things in the NDPRO that is not being used in practice again. For example, we used to have what we call white lists, a list of 29 countries or so that Nigeria, have assessed and seen that they have very good data protection practice, so we can, share data with them when it comes to, proper lawful basis or carrying out businesses. Of course, after getting consent from the data subject. Now that whitelist, because it's only stated in the NDPRO, it's no more being used again. So even if you are going to do data transfer with a country like UK or US that's previously were on the whitelist, you still have to do your due diligence. You still have to carry the Nigerian Data Protection Commission along as well. All right. For those of us that are, going to be doing GROC, that have passion for GROC, the Nigerian Data Protection Act is the first port of call for you, because that's the major governance compliance, privacy compliance law in Nigeria. All right. And then we also have the Cyber Crimes Act. But that one is more of a criminal act, like talking about cyber crimes. But when it comes to compliance, the Nigerian Data Protection Act is the main one working in Nigeria. Then after that, you might now extend it to GDPR, which is the General Data Protection Regulation. That one is more covering, it's a worldwide thing, but more covering Europe, some parts of Africa as well, right? Then you would also need to know ISO 27001. The implementation, you need to know PCI DSS, depending on the industry you are, involved in. And then you are good. Sometimes you may need to know SOC 2 as well. If you are working with a multinational that is doing businesses or that has head office in places like US, Canada, and the rest, they are, instead of using ISO 27001, they use SOC 2. And SOC 2 has been adjusted and reviewed up to type 2. So we have SOC 2 type 2 now in existence. For the ISO 27001, it was last adjusted in 2022. So it's ISO IEC 27001 2022. Before 2022, it was adjusted in 2013. All right, so they review it from time to time. All right, this system has restarted. Let's hope everything is fine. So any other question, Emmanuel? You are talking, I can't hear you.
Question.
Yeah, go ahead.
You said for the projects, we will be having an AI shopping assistant. I just want to know what's the function of the AI? Okay, automation, the comments
Sorry,
automation.
can you repeat that? You are breaking up. You are breaking up.
I want to know the function of the AI. Can you hear me now?
The function of the API.
Automation system. Because you said there's no AI shopping assistant.
Ugochukwu, I don't know if it's just me, but you are breaking up, so I can barely understand what you are saying. Can you repeat that again, please?
Can you hear me there?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I was asking the AI assistant or the AI and automation system that are using, is it just only for the comments and social media post automation?
Okay, so there's a difference between AI automation and automation, right? The AI automation is you have AI at the back end carrying out task, right? Not your application logic or your programming code carrying out that task. It's an AI tool that is, carrying out the task. All right. Now I'm saying that I'm not sure we would have that implemented. Instead, we'll have an automation running. I'm not sure because we've not, completed the project, and I've not really had any meetings with the design and implementation team, but I'm not really sure of that. The reason why is this: the cost of using an AI service running in your background. AI costs money, right? We have teacher for Curate, right? We spend a lot of money, making sure teacher is up. Now, like I said, the cost of these projects is not borne by Abia State government. And we have not been instructed, like we decided to do it on our own, right? Just to help our students, build up their knowledge base. So I'm thinking, and that is me, I'm just saying my own, I'm thinking that to save costs, we may not have an AI automation running in the backend, right? We have the data analytics guys. They can easily do automations for us. We have machine learning guys that can easily do automations, even the DevOps, right? They can, write code or do automations that would carry out certain tasks, right? But for AI to be carrying out tasks on its own, it's better if you use an AI, yes, in the sense that it's more efficient, but I'm just looking at the cost implication. Because for each prompt, for each service AI is doing, you are being charged for it. You are being charged. Normally, if you have your own personal AI tool or you are using an available one, you pay for each prompt. So imagine you are chatting with an AI chatbot that is responding to you in your application, and then you are incurring costs for each chat, whether it's a sensible one or not. It might not be much money, but over time it racks up, right? Unless you can, of course, we already have our own. We can tweak it. Unless that, I didn't even think of that. We already have AI tool. Funny enough, this guy, this Rich's partner, is an AI expert, QBets. So he can help with that. Okay. Let me take your point back and then I'll get a more solid reply for you. Right? So I don't know if you understand me, Ugochukwu. So both scenarios are possible, right? But the AI automation is something that would be have more financial implication than we just doing our normal automations. All right. The DevOps guys, they are well trained in carrying out automation. In short, practically what DevOps does is to come into your system and find out where they can, reduce overheads in the sense that where they can reduce, let's say, activities and then improve their efficiency. That's where they come in to look at your environment and get things done like that. My system is up. I think everything is okay now. Just hold on. Let me join the Teams again, and then we can carry on. Okay, I forgot to mention some of these features, these security features we are talking about. Please, let's also be doing our research to know, to give us certain tools or software solutions we can use to implement them, right? I think that was Emmanuel's group talking about KYC verification. They talked about UID and then Smile ID and the UID or something like that. That was a great one. Part of what you will be doing in cybersecurity is to prepare security solutions, and then you are bringing the solutions. You bring at least two, and then look at. Of course, everybody looks at the cost implication. Everybody looks at the cost implication before any other thing. Before you look at how well the service is and all that. So please, let's also prepare this so that at the time we are implementing, we already have tools that we can use, and then we've already decided on what to do. Also, when you're preparing solutions like this, price is very important too. We can get free ones that do the same thing. Please, let's go for the free ones. Right? I know I've used Smile before, but I can't even remember their pricing. Whether it was 10 naira per verification or 100 naira. I'm not so sure anymore. I recommended them for someone as well. Let me ask. I'll ask the guy. get back to you guys.
So I have another question.
So my system, yeah, go ahead.
We are told that this is an MVP, not actually a live project. So all these implementations and payments that we are going to incur, how do we plan on the subscriptions and revenue generation? Because we are told at this point is an MVP.
Emmanuel, are you
Sir?
there? Emmanuel,
Yes, sir.
did you hear what he said?
No, his voice is breaking.
Okay, because I don't know whether it's my own network or like the first 3 times Ugochukwu talks, I don't hear anything until he repeats himself over and over again. Sorry, Ugochukwu, can you repeat that?
Can you hear me now, sir?
Ugochukwu, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm speaking.
Ugochukwu, can you repeat?
Can you hear me?
Your 200 MB has finished. Ugochukwu, go and sub.
Ugochukwu, please, can you drop it in the chat? Just drop the question in the chat so that we understand.
Sir, I've finished downloading this plug.
Okay. Oh, yeah, install it now.
Okay.
Before I join books, it takes a lot of time. It takes a long time before things will open on this my system. Well, let me be opening this plug. Okay, I've already opened it. All right, I dropped a file on what's it called? What's happening to my data? I dropped a file on Discord. Please let's that's what I'm going to be using it for. That's what I'm going to be using for what's it called? For this demo. It's still not joined though. No. Eh? Eh? Oh yeah, join now. What's happening? So now I can't join on my system again. We were told this is an MVP, not a full life project. Okay. Not a full life project for these subscriptions and implementation stuff that we automatic cost. How do we plan to generate revenue to be able to have subsequent payments or subscriptions? Or can MVPs be shipped live? You know, fighting with my system here. So Gochuku, to answer your question, yes, it's an MVP. So that's it's an MVP, so it should be as simple as possible. That's why I was scared for. That's why I was scared for. Bright, are you asking who told you? Did you not read the document? Eh?
No,
Did you not
sir.
read
No,
the
I read
capstone
it.
document I shared with us?
I read it. I
Eh?
mistakenly typed it. I read it.
Oh, okay. So for the MVP, it's like a minimal product or project, and but we can always scale it, right? So the reason why people do MVPs is like maybe you want to test the market, you want to gather data, you want to, without committing fully, all right? So when you do the MVP from the results, you now know whether, okay, I can now commit and, invest fully and all that. So we in the long run, we could also add this other features. We could also scale it up and all that, right? So that's not so much of an issue. But at this startup stage, of course, we'll be looking at reducing the cost as minimal as possible, right? And I think that's one of the reasons why we decided to use the social media platforms, WhatsApp and Instagram, all right? And then the social media guys, they would also help us, for pushing digital marketing. So we're not going to spend money on those digital marketing much. You spend, but just minimal amount, right? What's happening to my network? Okay, so all right. So eh? All right. What was I going to say? So for the MVP, I don't believe that this is the final product. right? We're using it like a proof of concept, to show the Abia state government. All right. And if they like it, they might want to, us to, fully implement it and scale it. And of course, that at that point they would want to bear the cost of, the solution. Right now, we're not giving out any service that is paid. That you say, okay, vendors will pay to register on the platform and all that. So we are not getting any financial gain from this. So we will try as much as possible to reduce our cost because of that. But once we go past this MVP stage, of course, we can always scale up. And at that point, of course, the product is already, gaining ground, it's gaining traction, people are knowing it. And then we are learning from the initial mistakes we've made when starting and then adapting and innovating and scaling up as well. All right. So let me share my screen. If I share my screen, let me make sure that this block has opened up. The guy is very slow, but I think it has opened. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure. System is not hanging. Today
Hello,
is not my day. Right. Okay. No. Hello.
hello, sir.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Network is bad.
We can hear you, sir.
Okay. Oh my God. Sorry, my network is really misbehaving right now. Trying to share my screen. All right. Can we see my screen? Can we all see my screen? Guys, can we see my screen?
No, sir.
I'm sharing my screen. Please confirm if you can see my
Okay.
screen. You can see it, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So this is the Splunk localhost. You use localhost on port 8000. So localhost column 8000. Localhost is still the same as 127.0.0.1. 127.0.0.1. And you can now put colon and then the port you want to run it on. So port 8000 is for Splunk. If you use another port, you might go. 8000 is for Splunk, right? So after installing Splunk, during the installation process, it will ask you to create an admin login. So you create the admin username and password. All right, I've created that one. It's different from name and password you registered on the Splunk website. You can use the same details if you want anyway, but it's actually username and password, not email and password. All right, so I have this admin. All right. So this is my Splunk area, right? So on the left-hand side, you have some menus here. On the right-hand side, you have bookmarks, dashboard, search history, and all that. Over time, you get to see what you are doing. Created by you are your dashboards, things that you are doing, right? Your alerts and other things, right? Admin can create dashboards for other users to view. Admin can create dashboards for other users to view. I think I created this dashboard. I don't know why it's still here. Okay, please bear with me. I don't know what's happening with my network. I'm trying to switch over. It's like that. The second one, second one was. All right, so this is items created by me, my dashboards, my alerts, and other things. My search queries can be here as well. Then items shared by you, right? Places, things I have access to. All right. Admin can give me access to maybe a dashboard or an alert or whatever, right? Because I'm the admin, I get this by default, right? So you can see compliance for SOC 2, PR2. We can view model. Oh, can only view 20, and there's a way you can increase it now. There's a way you can increase it. Well, all right, you can see your forwarders here. So these are tools you have access to. So let's go in. Normally, you can create a dashboard and put it. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I was saying your data that you put on your dashboard, critical data that you want to be seeing all the time, you can, put it on your home. Or you have an area where you can also view all your dashboards as well, right? So you can have multiple dashboards or just one, depends. And one dashboard can contain multiple information, all right? So let's start in. We have downloaded this already. Where's the name of, where's the file? The tutorial data.zip is just a sample log file that you can use to learn Splunk. It comes, I think I saw it on one of the Splunk sites. I don't remember where I saw it, but somewhere on the internet relating to Splunk. All right. So so I have it here, tutorial data. You don't uncompress this, leave it compressed the way it is. Splunk will handle everything from there. All right. So let's go to settings, right? You can see add data here. Because we're adding the data manually, you add it from here, right? There are items here. You have data inputs here, so you can get data from different locations, right? If you come to data inputs, for an application loaded locally on my system, this thing is quite slow. So now see if it's getting information online. So you can see you have different data inputs you can get from your local event logs. That was what I was trying to show which you could the other time from the event viewer section of the local system. So you can get it from here. You can get logs remotely. You can get from files or directories. You can get from different places through HTTP data or TCP, also UDP. You know, we should know all these protocols by now, right? So there are different ways you can only run scripts that get your data into Splunk. So I should not have used the backspace. So back to settings, you also have forwarding and receiving. So you can forward data out of here over a network to another location. You can also receive data. Your indexes helps you for your Splunk searches, right? So you need to, always index your data to make the search faster, all right? The other items here, right? Here is for your role-based access control. So you can create users, you're the admin. You can create new users, give them roles, give them access to maybe a particular dashboard. You design the dashboard for them. So if you are doing SOC, your job might just be to log into Splunk. You get access to the dashboards that the admin wants you to be monitoring, and then you're just monitoring it. Once there's any issue, you escalate it, and that's the end of your job. All right. When you escalate, another person picks it up and then works on the data that you've escalated, and then also moves it up when it's done till they get the whole solution and get everything running back. All right. So for SOC, you always, of course, for what we are learning at this level, we start at the entry level of SOC. Your job is not even to design or create dashboards. Your job is just to monitor dashboards. Once you log in, you have access to your dashboard, and that's all. You're just monitoring it, watching for your alerts, watching for your triggers and all that. And then when there's any issues, you just log it. You can log it on these event login tools. You can have something like Jira, implemented or extended into Splunk as a plugin. And then you just, log the events, and it flows to whoever is going to take it up from there. All right. That would be, like I said, a lot of people, start and end their IT career on just Splunk interfaces. All right. They don't do any other thing. They don't do any work on any other application. All right. So back to what we were saying. Under settings, I'll go to add data, right? And then you can see different ways of adding data. This is from the forwarder. This is from this Splunk instance. It's also coming from through a network anyway, but this is files from my system. So Splunk can actually also help you analyze files or documents. All right, so let's upload. We just select the file here. You can drag and drop here if you want to. And I have it here. So open. Now this tutorial data is, I think, vendor information. It's logs from an application, maybe a web application concerning vendors and stuff. Something similar to maybe what we are doing in the Capstone project. All right. So once we've done selecting it, just click next. Input settings, we'll leave this as the source type will be automatic. Splunk would go through the data, sort it out for you, and then present it, all right, in the way it feels fits, right? You can do it manually by selecting which fields you want it to show you. Maybe you have some important fields only you want to see, you don't want to see everything. It can do that as well. All right, so for the host, it's good to assign a host name instead of using constant value. So let's just, because you put this as my system name, let me give it a segment. Let's give it, let's say 2, or let's give it 1. All right. Any number is fine. It's just for it to recognize where the data is coming from. Now you can have data from another machine. Of course, you give it the machine name or whatever. Now the index, remember I said that it's good to, index your data to make searches faster. There's a default index, but I wouldn't use that. I wouldn't use any of these. These come like pre-built with Splunk. Let's create a new index for this, right? So I'll just give my index a name. Let me call it tutorial data. You can call your index any name, but it's good to call it something related to the data you are analyzing. All right. The other options here are okay. I can leave all these as defaults and then save. All right, so we have the index here as tutorial data. That's created an index for it. It applied it. So we're done with this. We need to just change this to a number, and then we created an index for our file. So we'll go to review. So this is what we did, right? And submit. So Splunk will upload the file, analyze it, and display it for me. Okay, so it has analyzed it. You can add multiple data. If they are related data, add multiple files. It would analyze it and do its internal thing. The good thing about Splunk is it does analysis perfectly for you, so you don't stress yourself. And then it does presentation. Then you can now, start filtering the data you want and then putting it in dashboards. All right. So you can add more data, go through that same process again to add it to, you can use the same index if the data is related. So it will sort everything out and find out where they are, where the data is related to each other, give you information on it. All right. You can also build dashboards here, but based on what Splunk has given you. But let's first start by searching. So let's first run our first Splunk search. Okay. Splunk AI Assistant for SPL is now available. Oh, I didn't know. Cool. All right, so this is our data. Now, the data is raw data. It's raw data, and Splunk has arranged it into fields for us, different fields. You can see bytes. Different fields are shown here. We can sort the data by these fields. There are never more, so it's not all of them that are listed here. So you can see there's a search query to run, right? So the source is this tutorial data.zip, that's the name of the file. Everything in it, this asterisk means everything. And then the index, of course, the index will create a tutorial data. So it's shown us this file, right? This data, this content, this log. You see, there are a whole lot of them if we increase it, let's do 50 per page. You can see it's a whole lot of data. And then there are so many pages of that data. What happened? Okay, there are so many pages of that data. It's a whole lot, right? Of course, we are not interested in everything here. We need things of critical information or critical value to us, and then we would go through it. And see vendor ID, the date it happened, account ID, code. This is probably from a web application, right? Maybe an e-commerce store or something. Information about the system, the computer system or the browser that was used. All right. So we can see so many information here. You can always click on anyone and it would display the result for it here. All right, so we're sorting by the date, by hours, and you can see how many and the ranking here. You can always, search for that is maybe product ID. These are the different products. Or these are the top 10 values rather, not everything, right? And the number of times that this showed this data and, just statistics anyway. Now, remember I said Splunk has its own search query called SPL. This is actually SPL query. It's called Search Processing Language or something like that. Yes, Search Processing Language, right? SPL. So this is how it is, and you can use this to, filter your data to get the kind of results you are looking for. What does byte mean? It's like the amount of data size. All right, there's also a timeline search. You can see a timeline here, so you can see where things are spiking. Just click on it to get it sorted by that information, right? So I clicked on one timeline and it's giving me the information on just that timeline. All right. Let me go back one step, back to the way things were. So running the query language, this is where you put the query, all right? And then you hit enter, it gives you the results. So let's run a simple search. Of course, the index will be tutorial data, so it knows that this is where it is searching for. It should search through this index and give me the results. So if I remove this source, the index will still give me the same results. See, still the same results. So we can do something like index equals to tutorial data, and then let's find something that gives an error, maybe HTTP 404 error. Do we know what 404 means? To do that, we'll just type 404, right? So check this index data for anything that shows 404. And what does HTTP HTTP response 404? 4 series, what is it for? What does it mean? Four series means what? And even if you don't know what 404 is, what does 4 series means? It means there's an issue coming from the client side. So the client has put the wrong information or something stopping that page from loading because of a mistake from the client or an issue from the client. All right. So if you don't have permission, you get 4 something. 404 means the file has not been found on the server. So it's not found. Like you're trying to access something that doesn't exist. All right. So that's 404. Well, 4 series means issue from the client. All right. So you see that from this result, you see my query here, and you see from this result, you see they all have 404 in them for the HTTP response. And then it's actually marks that search term I'm looking for. You can see it in all of them. Marks all of them. Now this has reduced the results. There's somewhere here where it writes the number. Yeah, 742 items. Everything before was 3,000 something, I think. So this is not doing any search. 6,000, 14,014. Oh, it's still increasing. It's still loading. It's still loading. I thought it was 3,000. So this is all right, 109,000. So by the time we're looking for things with only 404 response code, it reduces to 740 something, 742. All right. You still have your timeline search here. You can always click on anyone to view it. To further filter your results, you can use timeline. So the search processing language, it's a full query language that if you're going to use Splunk, you should learn. It also uses piping, just the way Linux does. So the way it does is that you can take, do a command and let the output of that command pipe it to be the input of another command. So you can have multiple commands that way. So you can also have various, if you know SQL, you understand how to also try and, filter your data, source your data. You can carry out mathematical functions on it, statistical functions on it as well. So for example, I can use index equals to tutorial data, and it's good to start your query with always index equals to tutorial data, so it knows which particular data it should sort through. Remember, you can have multiple indexes, right? So you know which one you should sort to. So I can do something like this. I can pipe this. Sorry, where's that pipe side? Okay, I can pipe this and then run the stats command for statistics, and then I use count. Okay, so you can see as you're typing, it starts giving you various options you can use. You can just click on any one if you want to. So I'm using the count function. Let's count by, okay, we use status code. Let's count by status. Okay, there's status here. So let's count by status. So let's do count by, you can count by anything. You can count by IP address, anything that is listed here. So let's count by status. Right, hit enter. So you can see it's counting each status code response. So for code 200, which means everything is okay, you have 34,282 services and items rather. For code 400, 701, 43, 228, 44, 690, and so on. All right. So these are all the status codes that are there. So we have this produced. you can also do certain calculations on using your SPL query. So we have the eval command. Eval means you want to start running certain mathematical calculations or statistical calculations on your data. All right. So let me I know some of us will want to see this commands later. So let me just be saving them. We've done tutorial data index equals to tutorial data. We've done x equals to tutorial data 404, right? So let's do a command that has to do with to evaluate or carry out mathematical functions. So we'll still leave our index as tutorial data. We can now, hold on, let me see what we can search on. Okay, let's use this bytes. This has to do with size of the event. So let's do this. About kbytes. So you see, it's actually trying to help me complete my query based on what I'm typing, right? So we have kbytes. Okay, let me round it up. So equals to round. So round is also a mathematical function that rounds up to the nearest number. So let's do this in quotes, in bracket rather. Bytes, B-Y-T-E-S. If you are converting bytes to kilobytes, you divide it by 1024, right? And then let's put it to 2 decimal places so that we won't have 2 long answers. So let's put this to 2 decimal places. So we're converting this field called bytes that give us the byte size of each event. We're converting it to kilobytes, right? And putting it in 2 decimal places. So it will be more than 2 decimal places. So you can hit search to run. You can hit enter. Anyone is fine. Enter. All right. I'm not seeing my answer. Okay, I need to add that field. So I have it here now, this kilobyte here. So let's make it selected. Yes. Right. And we should see it here now. Selected. Let me run it again. Still not showing here. So we have source type, which is this here. We have hosts there. We have source here. Bytes, which is the one I created. It's not showing on. I should have it showing here, but it's not showing. Selected now. Is this thing hiding somewhere? I'm not seeing it. Oh, look at it here. Oh, so these are the ones that are carrying data of size of the event. All right. So it's showing kilobytes now. This is 1.63, 1.34. And these were not part of the data before, but now we have them there. You can see it here. So you can create your own fields, use queries and then make it create a field and add it to the data where it's relevant. All right. So that's how you create your fields for things that you feel you may need, and also add it to the data. All right. Now we've added this, and then let's create a dashboard. All right. I think I'll copy this command as well. So let's create a dashboard. So which one should we use? No, let's not use this one. This one is too complex. Let's use this one. Right. Let's use, where is it? Let's use this command. Right. So let's count the status codes, how they appear on this data. So we have it here, and let's use this to create a dashboard. All right. So status code 200 appeared 334,282 times, 400, 701 times, and so on. So let's create a dashboard with this. So to do that, is the dashboard I've created. Let me just copy the query just in case. So we go to save as here, right? You can see new dashboard, existing dashboard, alert. Now, if you do existing dashboard, it will add this value to whatever dashboard you are putting it to. So if that dashboard already has content, it will add this value to it. All right. New dashboard is the one we're using now. I want to create a new dashboard. You can also save as an alert. All right. Alert is a bit different in the sense that you are setting trigger words or trigger scenarios that would, create that alert. But since this is not a live data, we can't really set an alert with it because nothing will trigger it. All right, so let's create a new dashboard. Now, we have two types of dashboard that comes with Splunk. You can always add on a new other dashboards. This is the classic, this Dashboard Studio. Dashboard Studio is a bit more complex, where it can take more features. Let's start with the classic. So the dashboard type would select classic. Make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, so dashboard title. So what do you want your dashboard title to be? Let's just call it status codes. I think you can leave space. Let's use dash in between. No, you can leave space. All right, you can now give more results and more description here. Permissions, you can decide to make your dashboard private, so only you will see it, or you can share it, everybody using Splunk can see it, or you can share it with a role, or with a role, right? So dashboard type, I say we should select classic. And then visualization type, this is panel title is optional. Visualization type, why is it not editable? Why is it showing only? No, you can, there are different visualizations, but it's selecting only statistics table. You should be able to change it. Well, let's create it first. We'll find out to change it later. So let's save the dashboard. Got it that this didn't allow me to change this. It's not supposed to be like that. So I have access to different kinds of tables, visualizations. You have charts, you have time charts, you have bar charts, all the stuff, pie chart and the rest. So let's save the dashboard. What did I call it? What name did I call it? It should be response status. All right. Can't I switch this thing? Strange. So let's save it. So we've saved it. I can view my dashboard here. So this is my dashboard. I think I can edit it now. Yeah. So I can change the visualization here. You can see there are different ones. Now, not all kinds of data can be displayed in different ways. For example, this kind of data, you can't display it like this for single value. It will not work well, right? So you should know the kind of display you want to use depending on the kind of data you have. I can display this as a pie chart, right? You can see it in different colors and all that. The side is for the status code 200, right? And then these are for the others. I can also display it in a time graph. I think this is bar charts. Yeah. There's one they call line graph. You can see it, status 200. This is the counts. And then for the others, these are the counts here. Okay. You can also display it in, where was the display? Okay. This might not show very well. Okay. Not so great, but you can still read this. This is a time graph, I think. So there are different visualizations. I'm just showing us here. This will not work. This is more like a geographical representation. You can see it didn't show anything. But if you are going to do something that has to do with geospatial information, you can use this. Which one is this one? Marker gauge. I don't know. Oh, this will not work too. So I'm just going through different visualizations. This is the normal one that we had, the normal charts. And this one is the one we are all used to, our bar charts. So for the dashboard studio, you have more visualizations, more, what do you call that thing? Where you can, change it to suit your needs, like, forgotten the word. But it has more, you have more freedom to, select as much and, change as much as you can. This would not work too for this kind of data. So you have to select the kind of, what's it called? Graph or chart that can work for the kind of data you are looking for. All right, this would work fine for like an alert scenario where anything that is going to red, you're already sure that you should, start checking your indices and all that. So let's leave it at this. If you're running live data, of course, all this will be changing from time to time, right? Because the data is changing. So your queries is bringing out different results and it's changing from time to time. All right. So let me just save this. And we have this here. All right. So this is our dashboard. And okay, and you can decide also to export it to a PDF file or print it out or whatever. And you can also decide to set as your home dashboard so that once you log into Splunk, you see it on your home. All right, so let's set this as our home dashboard and we see it. Now you can also add data to this dashboard. Yeah, so this is our home and you can see it here. You can also add data to it. So you can run another query and add to your dashboard. It will just shift this one and add or put it under, and then you start having nice visualizations. All right. Now this data is not really a security data, so you may not be able to, get much security information from it. But I think I used AI to generate some data, but I don't know where I dropped it. I don't know where I dropped that data. Yeah. So we also have this botnet data set, right? See the contents. Let me see if I can bring this in. This is also a sample data, but it's more of a security related data. This in TGZ format. Can I import this in this format? Let's see. Ah, selected the wrong file. What's the name of the file? Bots SV3. All right, let's review and see. This format, TJC. Not so sure about it. No, this is a large file. It takes some time to process. It's taking some time. The file is actually about 390 MB, but by the time you unpack it, to be okay. So we have this. So let's start searching. Now you can see the index, you can see the source. And these are the data. The data is from different sources. Amazon S3, from different security logs and all that. You can see some may even be looking like SQL data, right? So you can practice with this one, but this is a bit complex. That's why I decided to use that simple tutorial one first. But at least now we know what fields we have here. If you run if we do a stats to count, right? So if I run this query, you see the data is coming from so many sources. So let's do this count by source type. Manual search count. Okay, I didn't use stats. Sorry. I have to add the stats command first or count. All right. Now you see that this data is coming from so many sources. You see. It's coming from so many sources. And then it's now analyzing everything. All right. You can use this to learn Splunk queries. You can use it to learn so many other things as well. You can use it for threat hunting, you can use it for different issues. But we'll talk about that in the next class. So two things I want us to do before the next class. Download Splunk, right? Install it, get that tutorial data. This is called bots. Bots, is it bots V3 or something like that? Bots V3, version 3, yeah. It's a free sample data that you can use to learn Splunk, right? You can get it from GitHub. So please just I'll add the link here, don't worry. But what is this? Please, I'll get the link to this. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, so this is it. Okay. Why is it coming from Amazon AWS instead of GitHub? Once you click on this, it starts downloading anyway. So you can see the data sources. It requires you to download some add-ons. Yeah, let's quickly talk about add-ons before we. So for Splunk, we have add-ons like the way you have PFSense having packages. Splunk has packages like that as well, right? So you can always install apps and add-ons or suites, right? So they have a Splunk base, right? Like an app store, but this Splunk is connected to it, so you can just search for any app and then install it. All right. If you click find more apps, it takes you here, and you can search by category, and you can also search by keywords. So, for example, once the PFSense add-on for Splunk or PFSense app, most popular security apps would have either an app for Splunk or an add-on. All right. I'll show you. That's PFSense now. I searched for it before. Oh no, these are internal apps. Okay, this Atlas pack for PFSense. What is this about? I don't know what this is. But you can actually search for apps here. If you are looking for any, let's look for Fortinet. It's Fortinet on Apple. But they have a series of apps. So you can see they have firewall and other things. You can install it if you want to use it in the Splunk place. So you can install it from here. Another way you can do it is by going to Splunk base. That's Splunk app base or Splunk base. Splunk base. Microsoft. Microsoft. Let's use yeah, so this is Splunk base. So here you can search for an app, download it, and come and install it here in your Splunk environment. Depends on, this is actually faster because you can install it directly from here. So your Splunk. All right, so anyone you can do. We'll stop here today. I'm going to look for that log file. I did a log file I generated a log file, just about maybe 100 records or so. That you can use to search for brute force attack. So let's look for the Splunk query that we need to type with that we need to use to search for multiple logons, right? And then save it as a dashboard. So do multiple logons of multiple failed logons, right? Multiple failed logons of what's it called? Multiple failed logons of users. Make it greater than 5. So if there's a failed logon of more than 5 attempts by a user, then you want to flag that account. All right. I don't know why I can't find it. This thing was just a text document, and I saw it which day here. I thought it was here, but it's not here. Then it should be here now. It's not here. This is it. But I don't know which one it is. It should be this one. So this is the log I'm talking about, right? So do a search on it. So do a search to bring out something like failed. and then streamline it that the IP address must appear maybe like 5 times, right? And then that will help you know that that's probably a brute force attack. So save your Splunk query, the result of it in a dashboard. Do you understand? Guys. Oluebube, you're the only one here. Hello, Oluebube. Hello. Oluebube.
Yes, sir. Hello.
What happened? Where is every other person?
I can't find anyone.
Hmm? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I said, where's every other person? Everybody left. You're the only one here. It's just me and you here. I just noticed it now.
Oh. Mm. Let me check
Anyways,
on
I've
that.
been talking that you guys have a presentation on Saturday, and then you need to do a hands-on presentation on Splunk. So I'm going to generate a data like this, a log like this. I'll just use AI to generate a log like this. And then you guys should run Splunk query search on it to get brute force attack. Now, how do you know there's possible attempt brute force attack? If a user consistently tries to log and fails, maybe more than 5 times in 5 minutes or in 3 minutes, that's a probability of a brute force attack. So you can now get the details of that user, maybe the IP address, the source IP and the destination IP. All right, so I will coin a query that you can use on the log, and then let's run it and save our dashboard. So that's what you guys will do for your presentation on Saturday in the live session. But please practice it tomorrow beforehand so that your presentation goes hitch-free. You will have just like 5-10 minutes to present, so you don't want to have any hiccups. Just practice it beforehand. But I will give you the steps you need to follow to run that query. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good night.
Good night.